What is the purpose of fasting? To all the listeners and followers of this podcast, peace be with you. I'm your host Shua Khan Arshad, and I welcome you to Light Up with Shua, which is a weekly podcast on conscious living and parenting. Today we are talking about what is the purpose of fasting. I will briefly talk about how Muslims fast. I will continue to delve into more details in upcoming episodes. In this episode, I do mention some benefits of fasting, and on a weekly basis, I will continue to share with you more benefits and methods of fasting and its effects. So stay tuned and join this journey where every week we will explore about fasting and its phenomenal health benefits. Muslims fast for the entire month in gratitude to God for His final revelation, which is the Quran, the scripture that Muslims follow and is believed to be the last revelation. Muslims restrict their appetites during daylight hours, pay attention to their spirituality, work on mindfully eating, praying, practice patience, avoid disputes and arguments, devote more time to prayers, do the recitation of the Quran, and try to understand the Quran and its message. One of the most significant objectives of the fast is to realize, remember, and restore the purpose of our lives, and that is the centrality of God or Allah in our lives. Ramadan is a period of practicing extra awareness of our spirituality and discipline our ego, and that, in my experience, is usually not easy to do, but causes a lot of trouble. So we need to really discipline our egos. We work with greater dedication, excel in kindness, patience, and forgiveness in Ramadan, and to carry it through the rest of the months till we are ready to begin the next cycle. Healthy adult Muslims fast from before sunrise to sunset. During this, Muslims cannot drink even water, eat, or be in any intimate sexual situation. Muslims maintain the standard 5 daily prayers and strive for additional nightly prayers. And if you want to know more about nightly prayers, you can contact me and I can send you the information. I want to talk about Jason B. Tiller. He's a food nutritionist and clinical psychologist. I'm reading from his book, a page or so from his recent book. I don't know if he has written more, and I'm researching on it. And it says what I wanted to say. So please listen to it with full attention. Fasting has been around for ages and has been used for religious purposes, improving health, extending longevity, and so much more. So fasting is not just a new fad as it has been talked about in the holy books of some of the world's most famous religions and renowned philosophers and great thinkers who all point out to the effectiveness of intermittent fasting. Anyone who has tried getting rid of that excess few pounds is always challenged with the question of what to eat or when to eat. Fasting provides answers to this question and much more. You don't have to bug your mind over how to lose some weight when the answer lies right in front of you. What is the answer? A lot of folks have tried outrageous dietary practices all in desperation to be healthy once more, but to no avail. So why not to step into the world of intermittent fasting with its great healing processes? Fasting has been used for thousands of years by almost every race, culture, or set of believers in a particular cause to achieve a set goal. When the word fasting comes up in conversation nowadays, and maybe you can agree with this, that there is always this slight disdain by individuals who have no idea about what it entails. There is this notion that it is about depriving and starving oneself, but that is an entirely wrong way to look at it. When you talk about starving, it refers to a situation in which one does not have a choice or access to food, and it is beyond your power to eat them. You just cannot control the situation, and you have no idea when or where you will eat next. A perfect example is in war-torn regions of the world or countries experiencing extreme drought and famine. People caught up in these situations are entirely cut off from food through no choice of theirs, and this deprivation of food serves no health benefits. However, when you look critically at fasting, it is an act that you willfully embrace for health, religious, or a whole lot of other reasons. The duration of fasting varies according to individuals and the purpose for which it is to be carried out. Have you ever considered fasting to be part of your daily routine? Take, for example, you have dinner late at night on one day, go to bed, and sleep for a few hours without waking up to eat anything throughout the night. You then wake up to have your first meal of the new day, called a breakfast. In actual sense, you just broke a fast. You started the previous night, and it is an occurrence that happens almost every day. Taking a journey back in time, great thinkers and philosophers were quite aware of the great powers fasting had over the health and spiritual well-being of people. Aristotle, Plato, all preached about the advantages that fasting had. They advocated for the use of fasting as a method of healing the sick rather than the application of medications. I love that. Have you ever noticed that whenever you are sick, food is always the farthest thing from your mind? This is nature acting as a physician to encourage the healing process. I love this line too. Fasting also enhances how we react, think, and carry out tasks. After eating a rather heavy meal, how do you feel? Please think about it, and we can continue from here. So I hope you have enjoyed listening to all this very important, interesting, and beneficial information. For more details, you can visit my website, lightupwithshua.com, and I will share some useful links and information on this subject over there. If you find this episode valuable or interesting, then please share it with your family and friends. I would be delighted if you can leave a comment or a review. And do visit my website, lightupwithshua.com, and find out more about this podcast and other programs offered by LUWS Academy, LLC. And remember to be healthy and hopeful. So in my next episode, you will learn about my guests who will talk on this topic, or I will bring their research and work done on this topic of fasting. In every episode, I will talk about at least 3 benefits of fasting. There are tons and tons of benefits of fasting, but here I will begin with these 3. So let's begin. You can get rid of extra pounds. Yes, you can. That is, the fat deposits around your body are used up quite fast. All right. Your metabolism is increased during the process. You can control your urge to eat. Okay, I'll give you one more. Your blood pressure is reduced to normal, healthy levels. So I hope you enjoyed these, learning about these benefits. Now, rest of the benefits, which as I said are tons and tons, are coming up in other episodes. All right. So I hope you will stay tuned. Thank you for listening to Light Up with Shua, and hope you will join me again next week. Sometimes I plan to post more than once, so if you are subscribed to this podcast, you will not miss any important episode. And remember to ask yourself, what lights you up? Stay well and stay in harmony. See you next week.